guys, how are you? My name is Shiko Kafoy. I am an actor, I am a model, I am a fashion model, and from time to time I share nuggets on here about different things. So back with a little word from Shiko. Today we're going to be talking about why people don't finish what they start. And I'm going to give you 4 reasons why people don't finish what they start. Let's just jump right into it. The first one, we all know this, is fear. So many people have the fear of starting, of doing, of finishing anything. There's a quote that says, more dreams are killed by fear than they are failure, or fear kills more dreams than failure does. That's how much we fear doing anything. Sometimes we fear that people are going to see us trying and they'll judge us. Sometimes we fear what they will think. Sometimes we fear that we're not good enough. All these things contribute to people either not starting or not finishing what they start. How do you tackle this? You just do. You just do. There's a way that we are wired. Our brain is wired to protect us from certain things. Like if you pick up a routine that you're not used to, your brain will fight it. If you start working out, your brain will fight it. So how can you stop that from happening? And you know working out is good for you. You keep doing it. You keep doing it until your brain adapts to the new norm. Yeah? So you do. Whatever you think that you can't do, you go in head first. You do it. If you don't succeed at it, you'll have gained a lesson. You'll have learned things along the way. But the only way to beat fear is by doing or by taking action. Number 2, because we don't want to follow in someone else's dream or to follow someone else's dream. That's why sometimes we don't finish what we start. And I know that a lot of people from my generation will resonate with this. So when we were growing up, especially after we completed our high school and we were going to a tertiary level of high school, like the campus, colleges and whatever, most of us did not pick something that we wanted to do. We picked something that our parents told us to do because they wanted us to be doctors, they wanted us to be teachers, they wanted us to be engineers. Certain things that they thought was all for the good anyway. They thought that would give us secure careers, that would give us what we needed in life. But really, these are not what we wanted for ourselves. This is not what we wanted for ourselves. I didn't want to be a teacher. I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to be an engineer. But what I did was in line with that. As I am speaking now, none of those things or whatever I studied does not help me in any way because I'm not using those papers. I followed someone else's dream. I didn't actually complete some of those courses because I got to a point where I was like, I don't like this. I'm not passionate about this. It's not something that I want to do. It's not something that I see myself doing. What's the point? And I just stopped. So most of us don't finish what we start because we don't want to follow someone else's dream. The third reason why we don't finish what we start is family circumstances. Family circumstances change all the time. The dynamics of families don't stay the same throughout our lives. Sometimes people lose a parent, and this parent was the main provider, and now they can't continue with their education because no one is there to pay the school fees, yeah? Sometimes marriages end, and you go with one parent and the other parent is not able to pay for your education. And so what's going to happen next? Yeah, sometimes you find that, especially in our African context, once a young man gets to a certain age, the family starts telling them to find a place for yourself, leave. And sometimes this young man is not at the point where they're making a steady income to be able to support themselves. So most of them end up dropping out of school and they end up not finishing what they started because a new circumstance has presented itself where they have now to fend for themselves before they can continue. All these things clash. And the only way to tackle this is be open. Be open to finding side hustles. Be open to the circumstances changing. Be open to trying out new things in order to achieve certain things that you want for yourself. So for example, if you lose a family member, yes, the grief can put you down for a while. But what does that mean? You have to be more aggressive. You might start working your side hustle while studying at the same time to be able to pay for the school fee. You know, if your family pushes you out of the house and now you're presented with a new circumstance or a new situation where you have to fend for yourself, you have to be able to find what is that thing that I do so effortlessly that I can do to be able to give myself money while still being able to go to school. Even for us in our circumstances, like if your family circumstances change and you're used to your family being a blanket, you're not in school, you're at work, what do you do about that? You keep working while still trying to find ways of coping with the new norm. Reason number 4 and the last why we don't finish what we start is we're not passionate on purpose. We're not passionate on purpose. You might start something and you're very excited and there's adrenaline and you want to do it and you know the drive is there. And every day you wake up for the first month just being excited about doing this thing. But along the way, it's natural that the same passion, the same motivation, the same drive you had at the beginning is going to start dwindling. What do you do about that? You have to find ways to keep yourself motivated. That is being passionate on purpose. It's not letting the emotions drive you, but it's finding reasons to keep moving forward. Yeah. So you have to be passionate on purpose. It gets to a point where your job becomes mundane. You're not going to quit your job because it's mundane. That's what you love doing. Yes, it's become mundane, but you have to find new things that get you excited every day. You're not going to quit your marriage because it's become boring. No, you have to find ways of bringing back that spark. Yeah, because you're not just going to quit. Your husband is amazing, your wife is amazing, you have a beautiful family, you have a nice job, but it's boring, so you want to walk out? No. You find ways of fixing it. You find ways of bringing excitement back. You find ways of nurturing the love that was there in the beginning. That's all from me today. I hope I have helped someone. I hope you're going to find positive ways of tackling this and that you're going to be able to finish what you start.